is going on? Driving my ass to work. Again, 2 days in a row, office day. Isn't that great? Not really. So, I know you federal employees, you have no sympathy for me because apparently you have to go in the office every day. At least that's what they say. If you're a federal employee, let me know if that's true. Or if it's still hybrid. I mean, it depends on the job, but my feeling on that really is, if you could do it at home, and it doesn't involve like interaction, then what the hell is the point? Like, why not just let the people work from home? It's a cost savings if you think about it, right? So, like for the federal employees, if they're just sitting on the computer all day, right, and the office is actually not needed, get rid of the office space, let them work from home. But if it's like, if they're working on something physically or they need to be in the office, talk to people, then obviously it's a little different. Then they got to go in. But or maybe they just don't trust them. And if that's the case, then forget working from home. Because there's always a few bad apples that can ruin the whole thing and, slack at home and then do nothing. And here you go. That one person can now be the cause of everyone having to go into the office. So I'm sure, that's probably something that happens at a lot of companies. But, who knows? Anyway, I didn't even realize federal employees were still working from home, to be honest. But, hey, it is what it is. So, for today's video, I see, I don't know, things pop up on my YouTube. And it really, I don't know, some of these new channels, it's crazy. Like, they just make videos about being poor, or it's all like sympathy lately. I'm in debt. Oh my God, I can't pay off my credit card. Oh wait, my husband hasn't been able to find it. Like, what are you doing? Are you asking for money? Is this now a pity party? Like, are they just trying to, get a GoFundMe going? Or are they actually trying to, spit their life out? Because I've seen many of these. I'm not talking about any particular one, but it's just over and over again. Like, oh my God, pity party. And it's fine to tell the truth, but I mean, really. But some people, they have this outreach and they have like a PayPal address down below, and then they're hoping that people do. And that's a good sign, though, that there's good people out there that actually do want to help people. But, I'm not even saying this to complain about them. I'm saying this to tell everyone, YouTube is becoming TV. YouTube is the new TV, all right? I mean, most people, they watch, YouTube over actual television, right? And when I say television, I'm talking about the news networks or just random stations, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but the amount of actual live TV that I watch, to be honest, I don't know when it could be months to the last time I watched live TV. So I just don't, the new era is, everything's changing. Nobody watches CNN. Nobody watches Fox. Nobody goes to the TV to watch the news. Most people get their news on Facebook. They get their news on YouTube. They get their news on TikTok, or somewhere else. And that's the reality. So that being said, it's not too late for people to make YouTube channels. And the reason I say that is there's plenty of room for a lot of us out here, right? We don't have to just see the people with, 1 million subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and just get discouraged and say, all right, they already won, it's over, I can't do it, it's too late to make a YouTube. That is not true, not at all right? Because even that was my mindset even 6 years ago when I started my channel, right? Because my plan was to just speak to a small group of people. Because at the time, I was broke as shit, man. Oh, man, I had debt out my eyeballs. But I didn't talk about my debt. I talked about how to invest with basically nothing. And then, I kind of went on, made a whole bunch of different videos. But the goal was to create a successful YouTube channel. And yes, it took longer than most. And it took about 5 years to get monetized. But that's not the same anymore, guys. If you find a niche and you're passionate about it, and it shows, you'll get the watch hours, you'll get the subscribers, and you obviously you have to, if you're a good person, people see that, people will be addicted to that, and then people will watch for that. So the point I'm trying to make here is, if you're out there and you don't have a YouTube channel, the first question is, did you ever consider one? And if so, what niche? And if you haven't started that channel yet, I want to know why. Like, what is holding you back? Are you nervous of the camera? Are you nervous of putting yourself out there? Because I understand that. Of course, once you put yourself out there, that's it, right? But again, that you have to accept that. The sooner you accept that, okay, my face is going to be out there, or my voice is going to be out there. You don't necessarily need to even put your face out there. But a lot of the videos, people, most of my videos you guys see, it's the spreadsheets. But a lot of more successful videos, they like seeing the person talk. And the only time I really get to go on camera is when I'm driving or when I do an interview. I don't really have time to do otherwise, but in due time I'll make time, right? But again, to give you an idea of some background real quick about me, I started my YouTube channel about, like I said, 6 years ago. I had a child at that time. He was around 3 years old, and I started my channel in the car, just like this, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. All I knew is I just started learning about investing, and I felt like most of the channels out there, when you go and you research how to invest or how to learn this, they don't speak to the everyday person. They speak a little, they're throwing the big words out there, or they're just cocky, and they're just, you don't get I don't feel like there was many normal people out there. So my channel name was The Broke Investor. That's right, The Broke Investor. And it's to make, I thought, a comfort level that, okay, this guy's broke as shit, I can relate to him, I'm gonna click his channel. But in the end, it turned out that name, nobody really, even the broke people don't want to listen to a broke person. So it didn't actually go in my favor. However, it was a learning experience. I learned, okay, the channel name does matter. And I eventually switched it over to, which was what was my goal the whole time, and that's retire on dividends, because that has always been my goal since day one, since I learned about investing. It's just a matter of how I get there. That's a different story. Like, am I going to get there through options? Am I going to get there through high yield dividends? Am I going to get through slow, dividend growth investing? Something like that. So, but yeah, I made my videos and I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell my kids. I didn't tell my family. I kept it secret, and the goal was I was going to keep it secret until it actually became something worth even mentioning. Because what the hell's the point? Oh, I have a YouTube and nobody watches it. It's like, okay, who cares? What's the point? But then I was like, all right, eventually, and I wasn't as consistent back then either. I did videos, sporadically, and in my old house, and then we moved, and it was a little harder to do videos, and then we had a second kid, and it was even harder to do videos, but I kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and eventually, again, I always say I have to give credit to the high yield, niche, the high yield ETFs, especially YieldMax and Defiance. I owe all my success to them, because those two funds, the Defiance ETFs like QQQY and YieldMax Tesla, they basically skyrocketed my channel, because what I did is I covered them and I talked about like how these funds work. That's it. And I covered them like weekly, and then I started doing it every other day, and then I started doing it daily, and then, you know, the rest is kind of history. And it's been working, man. People really enjoyed it, and people still enjoy it. And I love doing it because it's something that, you know, I like to break down. I love options trading. I love it. I don't know everything about everything I need to know about options. You know, I'm still learning. But the basic premise of making money, selling calls, you know, selling puts, I love all of that. I love the wheel strategy. It's just the best. It seriously is. It's just a matter of like having the time and doing the proper research of, you know, making it work for you. And these funds, they brought something to the table that wasn't out there ever. And it turns out, I found out from Mike Venuto from Tidal that it wasn't out for a reason, because the guidelines, I guess, SEC, whatever, you know, they were strict and they didn't allow something like products like this. So they kind of loosened the rules and regulations on ETFs. And once they did that, bam, these funds came out. And then bam, more funds came out. And more funds keep coming out. And as, you know, more and more funds came out, I adjusted with it, right? I kind of like, you know, I went with what the popular thing was. I cover what people want to see. That's the basic instinct, but to an extent. You know, I have my limits because, as mentioned, I now have 2 children. I have a full-time job, so how the hell do I have time, right? People always say there's no time. I don't have time. Well, I make time. I get up 4 in the morning in order to record at 5 in the morning. And then obviously I have to be done with everything by 6 so I can get ready, go to work, you know, and then so on and so forth. And that's how I post my content. Obviously this video, I'm driving to work. I have an hour commute, 1 hour. And that's the most peace I get in my life, 1 hour. So what I decide to do is, since I have to drive to the office, for my case, 2 days a week, I usually do one of those days. I take one of the days that drives in and I say, okay, I'm just going to make a video and I'm going to bullshit. And today's video, that's what I'm doing. I'm bullshitting. But today's video, I'm talking about YouTube. And I want to talk about, no, it's not too late. And I don't know anything. I mean, I have Instagram. I have a lot of followers on Instagram. I have no idea how to even make money on Instagram. So from what I understand, you can't even, like, it's not easy. So I'm not even going to say like that's worth it. TikTok, I understand that is worth it, but I've never had TikTok. It's something I should open my eyes, you know, kind of wake up to. And I will look into it, because I don't want to be like that old fart. I always said TikTok's for little girls. But again, if TikTok can help my social media presence, then I may get it. Because I do, like, for YouTube, I love making the shorts, man. It's so much fun. Because the thing about investing and in this space is it's just so boring. Oh my God. Like listening about, you know, earnings reports and like, you know, revenue and this, reading balance sheets and income statements. I mean, it's boring. It's great to understand it, but it is so freaking boring. Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody. So what's exciting to me to talk about and watch is options. So that's why I cover what I do. And what's also exciting is to not take myself too seriously and make some funny videos. So that's why I do the shorts. I try to make some light out of it, you know, because people take themselves way too seriously in this freaking investment world. And person almost. But yeah, so you gotta have fun with it too. Like if you're not having fun with it, then, you know, then why bother? And people always say, you know, is it work? Yes, it is freaking work. Like this is a lot of work. I do bust my ass to do this. It's a lot of work in preparation for my stuff. I don't edit my videos, so I do save time from that aspect, but I do spend the time that I do have making, like spreadsheets, data, this and that, so it's easily read for the audience. And I know like a lot of YouTubers out there, even in the investment world, they work hard on their videos, like editing wise, all this stuff, and it's super impressive. That's just not me, and to each its own. I give them credit because that's really hard. I don't even know where to begin to make all these cool sound effects. I don't even know how to do the finger in the subscribe button, right? Everyone always has that. I don't even know how to do that, but I don't even care, right? Even the timestamps, people always say, you gotta put timestamps, you gotta do it. I'm sick of that. I'm like, number one, I don't know how. Number two, I can't add anything additional to my plate right now. I can record and post, but that's it. That's the extent, right? There's really no time. I'm not even kidding. Like I have no extra time to be doing anything additional, editing, adding, whatever, the timestamps. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. And if that makes me lose some subscribers, then that's the risk I have to take, because I don't have time. I'm not gonna drain, myself adding this, doing this extra, that extra. I'm just gonna do what I could do and hope for the best. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been working. My channel has been growing, month after month. Some months are better than others, and one thing I've never done is gone viral. Like, none of my videos or shorts really just popped out and went. When I say viral, I'm talking about like just got a ton of likes and views out of nowhere, like more so than my others. My videos are always pretty much consistent, and sometimes they go up more than others, sometimes, but nothing like, 100,000. Like my one friend, he just started YouTube, because he's into guns and all that, right? So I told him, you're gonna get, certified, train people, talk about it on YouTube. I know it's a sensitive subject, but still, there's an audience for it. And he made a YouTube and he went viral. He had a short go viral. I think it has 200,000 freaking views. That's more views than any of my content. But no, good for him, because he put himself out there. He made the YouTube channel, and it's working. It's going to work. But the hardest part, like everything, is starting. So if you're sitting out there and you're saying, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I have a passion that I can talk about, then do it, man. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, and share it with me, please. Share it with me. Share it in my Discord, because in my Discord, yes, it's a finance Discord, but I welcome all YouTubers. All YouTubers are welcome to share their videos in my Discord. And because, we root for each other. It's we're all in this together. There is plenty of room for all of us, even in the finance space. Like, I don't consider anyone in the finance space a competitor, right? They're all just, they're just like me. They're hustling. They're trying to make content. They're having fun with it. Some are just miserable, just trying to make fun of other people, which, again, that's their niche. Their niche is making fun of people. So if that's your niche and you want to do that, then do it. Yes, there is an audience for that. People love drama. People love when other people make fun of other people. They do. And that's a thing. So if you're good at that, if you're good at ripping on people, then do it, right? I'm not saying I will watch you, but again, it's because some people take it over the top. Some people, but it is what it is. If it works, it works. Everyone has their talents, right? Everyone's good at certain things. Everyone is obsessed with doing certain things. Now, if you're good with money, make one about money. Budgeting, coupons. Working out, right? Speaking of working out, I'm on day 3 of the diet. I already feel freaking good. Like, it's amazing how easy it really is. So freaking easy to diet, and it's just like, and I'm it's my own fault. Like, I've been way too lazy and been eating and doing whatever I want, having wine whenever I want, eating snacks all day when I work from home. Like, and I let it get to the point of no return. And I got, to be honest, yesterday when I went to work, I've never had my pants feel that tight. I mean, this is the final straw. So this diet, this is for real. So that being said, if you can make content on how to lose weight, oh my God, do you imagine? Do you know how big that audience is? That audience is humongous. All right. Intermittent fasting, like if you're a professional on that, talk about that. My intermittent fasting videos, yes, I have intermittent fasting videos. They did awesome. Even on the finance channel. Do you believe it? Maybe I should talk about that more. But for those of you that don't know what intermittent fasting is, by the way, it means you fast like a certain period throughout the day, and then you have an eating window. And it's just part of your daily routine. So most people, the normal one is 16 hours fast, 8 hours eating. So what they would do is typically not eat till lunch, and then they would have lunch, snack, dinner, snack, something like that, right? In an 8-hour window. But then they go to sleep and they don't eat until lunch again the next day. And it works really well. It does. It's good to fast. There's so many benefits of fasting. And then what I used to do back in my 4 or 5 office day weeks, I did 20 hours fasting, 4 hours eating, and it worked awesome. Lately, I haven't done it. Even like I just started my diet on Monday, but I'm going to throw in a couple of those too. I'm going to throw in a 24, then a 16. A 16-8 will be the norm. I never eat breakfast. Unless it's on the weekend and I'm a fat ass, then I'll eat breakfast, and I'll eat I'm sorry for the language. I'll eat bagels. I'll eat, kind of call myself there. I'll eat bagels like a fat ass. I'll eat, whatever. That's the point. Like, I was just out of control. But anyway, I still go to the gym, a couple days a week. I still run a couple days a week. But you still have to eat right. When you turn, I'm in my 40s now. The metabolism does not help you. There is no help from the metabolism. It's hot as hell in this car. I gotta crack the window. But so you get the gist. Anyway, what the heck was I saying? So, think about what your passion is, and just start your channel. And it doesn't have to be YouTube, like I said. It could be TikTok. What else? What are the other ones? Twitter. Twitter's not necessarily like a content thing. It's just typing. So, I mean, that's also a thing too, though. A lot of people are monetized on Twitter, but that's really hard. You need like 5 million impressions, and I don't know. That takes a lot of work. I'm not anywhere near that. And plus, you have to pay for the blue check mark, which I did. I did pay for that, and I'm still not. But again, I'm trying to seek other outlets too. But YouTube, by far, to me, is so easy. If the other thing I want to talk about is equipment. People always think, I don't have the right setup. If you have a cell phone, you have enough. All right, you don't need anything more. You don't need a fancy desk. You don't need a fancy microphone. You don't need a fancy backdrop. I seriously love when people ask me, what microphone do you use? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the Apple iPhone has the best of everything. Amazing microphones, right? Amazing cameras to record. What more do you need? Like, what does the microphone even do? I swear it's just for visual. Like, why would you have a microphone? Because even when I use I have a laptop. I only bought the laptop for the live streaming because, in the beginning I was just phone. Everything was phone. I didn't even have a computer. And then I had scheduled an interview either with Sylvia or Jay. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it on the phone. And then I started to try, think about, all right, how am I going to do this? And I didn't even know. Like, what app can I use? And I'm like, wait, I'm not, if I go live, I can't see the comments if I'm on the phone. So I basically had to get a laptop at that point. But the point is, the laptop has a microphone too. So why buy a microphone when something has a microphone? I still don't understand that. Does anyone know? Again, outside of the visual presence and it looking cool in front of your face, right? And obviously you see like the popular podcasters, they have a microphone because they're on the couch and stuff. They're far away from their computer. So that makes sense, when you need a microphone. But if you're close to the computer, I mean, why? Why do you need an additional microphone to talk? Can someone answer that honestly? I'm not being a douchebag about it. I'm just seriously trying to understand like why people buy the microphones. Again, unless their computer's like way far away, or unless they're like, I guess, a whisperer. They talk so quiet you can't hear them. But at that point, you might as well just not do the YouTube stuff. You might as well do Twitter, because then you're better off typing. Because if you're a quiet talker, like the low talker, like in Seinfeld, remember what they call the low talker? She whispers. And then Jerry went on the talk show she had the puffy shirt, right? And then she goes, ah! Oh, I love Seinfeld. Oh my God, I love Seinfeld. I miss Seinfeld. I never get to watch it. That's one of my goals in retirement, just to spend a whole week of Seinfeld. Man, that'll be sweet. But yeah. But anyway, I think the point of this video is to speak to the audience and tell everyone, you're watching this. Like, if you're watching this, then obviously, you're open to things. You're open to listening to some random schmuck on YouTube, and to listen to his opinion. So again, my opinion to you guys, number one, thank you. Seriously, thank you. Obviously, it's so motivating to see the views, especially on these videos, man. I get more satisfaction of the high views on this video than any other, because it's just random crap. It's just me hitting record in a car, and that's it. And people like it, and I love it. So thank you. Seriously, thank you for watching this video. Now, that being said, you obviously, you have an obsession with something. You have an addiction with something. You have a talent. You're good at something, and you're better at something than others. Now, what is that? And is that something that you can utilize? It doesn't have to be whatever your full-time job is or part-time job. It doesn't have to be that. It could be like what people say, like your passion, right? What do you do in your spare time that you would love to get paid for? Again, it could be dieting. It could be financing, budgeting. It could be, sewing. It could be selling stuff on Amazon, eBay. Oh man, I was all about eBay back in the day. I used to buy and sell cell phones. This was before Apple and the carriers used to buy them. I used to meet some shady people, man. I'd buy their phones, and of course, I'd find out, they didn't pay their bill. Oh man, so that was a tough business, but it was fun. But again, that was a passion. I loved researching cell phones. I loved to see what they were worth. I loved reselling them. That was fun until it wasn't, because it didn't make enough money. But then, another passion I have is baseball card collecting, basketball cards, and it's still a passion of mine. It just doesn't pay. But if you, if you're still passionate about it and you want to make content about it. In fact, I just saw a YouTuber the other day. He's, what is it? Something cards with a K. What the heck's his name? Man, I love it, because I love watching people buy and sell cards. What the heck? And it's awesome. So what does this guy do? He goes to card shows, and he either sells cards or buys cards, and he just finds like old Jordans or old cards, and that, I enjoy watching that. I know it has nothing to do with stocks and all that, but it's just, something I was always into. So it kind of brings me back, especially seeing the cards of people from my era. But like I said, even that, if you want to make a video about that, if you want to make a video about, with your family, there's a lot of people that do that, about growing up with their kids. That does a killing on YouTube Kids. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I've recently made a short, and I involved my son. He's been wanting to make a YouTube channel, but we haven't, let him, because we don't think he's mature enough to even handle that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to involve him with mine, and I'm going to have him, because number one, I wanted him to learn about stocks, which is really hard to. So, and number two, I want him to learn how to, how to act on the camera. And again, it's just a different type of experience for him. So I'm going to give him some chances to make a couple shorts. I think people always like, especially in the finance realm, how many little kids you see talking about like stocks. I think it'll be cool. And then, ease his way up. If he wants to do more, he'll do more. Again, we'll see. Maybe it was one and done. I don't know. But I have some ideas that I want to do for him. And then, we'll go from there. And if he takes it seriously, then maybe we'll let him have his own YouTube one day. Because again, some of these kids, these young kids, they start these channels and they're just doing so well. It's like, this is like the way, this is the new way. This is the way to make money. Like, why, if your child is really good at something and passionate about something, and he could do it at a young age, like start like content at a young age, then why force him to go to college to sit in a classroom all day to learn something that he doesn't even want to do, right? So it's just times have changed so much, and I'm not one of those parents about freaking college. I have a 529 plan for both of my kids, believe me, but I never graduated from college. Number one, I didn't have the money. And number two, I suck at school. I literally cannot sit still and listen to someone talk about something that I don't even give a crap about. So, I barely made it out of high school. So, it's just like college was never, I tried it, but it didn't work. So, if my kids don't want to go to college, I really don't give a shit, to be honest. I just wanted them to do something that, makes them, of course, a living, but makes, it's something that they want to do. They don't have to do a job just to do a job, And again, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know how I got on that rant. But anyway, I hope this video, even if it motivates one person to start a YouTube channel, I think it's worth it. And yes, I'm talking to every single one of you. If you're listening right now and you don't have a YouTube channel, can you at least answer me why? Give me a reason why you do not have a YouTube channel. And if you don't need the money, fine. Because in the end, you're going to make money on YouTube, right? That's pretty much the goal. Because you're doing it eventually to get monetized and make money. Most YouTube channels, they're not out there unless it's like a nonprofit or whatever, or unless they don't need the money, right? They're just doing it for fun. Then those are different. But again, it's another source of income, and it's not passive income, not by any means. It is work. So if you don't obviously want to put in the work, okay, fine. If you don't want to be on camera, okay, fine. But if you're one of those people that are just on the fence considering it, and you just are so hesitant to start, what I'm going to say to you is today, just record your first video and post it. Get it over with. Break the seal. Pop the cherry. Get it over with. All right? Look at my first video. It's me in a car talking. I think I got 50 views. I think I still have 50 views. I just put myself out there. I didn't know. I barely knew anything about investing. But I talked about, what I wanted to talk about. And I started. And once I started that first video, guess what? I made another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then here we are. And here I am back in the car, full circle. Here we go. But again, I enjoy this, and I don't plan on stopping even when I'm retired. When I'm retired from, retirement, that's such a, what does that even mean, right? But when I'm retired from my full-time job, I'm probably going to be making even more content. I'm probably going to Then, when I'm retired from my full-time job, then you'll see me maybe on a couch, maybe with a microphone, maybe interviewing people. I would love to interview people to talk about investing. Seriously, I think it would be freaking awesome. In fact, I want to talk to people who've never invested or are scared to invest. That's really my goal. Like to have one-on-one interviews and record it. And I think, honestly, I could do that pretty soon. And I know I can. But it's just, it's not easy. I don't have the setup. I don't have the privacy. I don't have the peace and quiet. So I can't do it, right? So it's hard, but that's good. That's really my next step. I really want to do that. I think that would be so much fun because I do like talking to people about it. So I would love to start with people who just don't invest or are scared to invest or, just have questions and then I want to talk to the people who are really, really smart and do invest and just get their opinions on certain things. I would even love to talk to people who hate the high yield funds. I think that would be fun as well. Because, I don't care if people hate, high yield funds. People think like I work for YieldMax. I'm like, I don't give a crap. Like I get comments all the time like, why do you buy these funds? They're NAV erosion or this. I'm like, what? I don't care. You don't have to buy these. I don't care if you like these. Like I'm never going to be one to talk anyone into buying these funds. That's not my job. I don't really care what people do. If you don't want to buy these funds, I get it. Believe me, I get it. There's reasons to love these funds and there's definitely reasons to hate these funds. It's hard to see the beauty. It really is hard to see the beauty in them from the outside. So I get it. But that being said, that's why I would like to talk to different people about those different things. And I think it would be a lot of fun. But so that's my future. Again, this channel, I think the older people get, the more knowledge they have, the more life experience they have. So even if you're 50, 60, you should definitely make a YouTube channel because you have more life experience than most people, than their age in general. Like you've been around the block. You could speak to certain things that people are just curious to hear about. And I think it would be awesome. So that being said, if you're thinking about it and you're making a YouTube channel, please get back to me and please let me know. And please send me your first video. I'll be the first to watch it, subscribe to it. I want to be a part of your journey. I don't care if it's finance or not, believe me. I just love helping people start their YouTube channels because I know the struggle, man. It's hard. It is really hard. And, I didn't get the help in the beginning. I never really, there was no one else to talk to. But now, again, in my Discord, I'm trying to create a community of YouTubers who can talk to each other as well. So reach out to me if you start your channel. For real, I'm not kidding. That being said, of course, I didn't even talk about financial stuff, but none of this is ever financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button, especially these videos, right? Like I said, I love seeing the views on this video. It makes me feel really good. So if I can get, if people actually like this video, please hit the like button. It does go a long way. Outside of that, like I said, if you're brand new to YouTube and you just started your channel, feel free to share your channel link below in the comments. If you're hesitant about starting a YouTube channel, please let me know, like why. Or if this maybe motivated you to start your YouTube channel, I'd love to hear from you. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'm almost at work. So let's begin the day, right? Time to go to work. Oh yeah. All right. On that note, thank you for watching. Later.